We are kicking off the month of March here at CNN Student News, though you might not know it from the weather outside our studio at the CNN Center. Hi everyone, I'm Carl Lazouz. Brace yourselves. March is coming in like a lion, and it's bringing a heavy coating of winter weather for the eastern U.S. Winter storm warnings stretched from Maine all the way down to the Carolinas this weekend. Snow flurries struck other southern states as well, blanketing parts of Tennessee, Alabama, and Georgia. Experts predicted the most intense snowfall would take place in the New England area, dumping up to 15 inches between last night and this morning. Well, shifting from white to green, we want to take a closer look at that federal budget proposal that President Obama released last week. This is not the stimulus package. That's already been passed. The budget is an overall tally of the government's spending and saving. Congress still has to pass it, which could happen later this year. But Candy Crowley looks at some of the potential winners and losers based on this first proposal.
This is not a book of numbers. It's a sea change.
This is a transformational budget. This is the first budget I have seen since the Reagan era, since Reagan's first budget, that really made a fundamental statement. We are going in a different direction, folks.
A leading Republican voice actually agrees with the analysis with considerably less enthusiasm.
I think it is the boldest effort to create a European socialist model we have seen. I think it's quite clear what his values and his attitude is.
Losers include upper-income seniors who will pay more for prescription drugs, farmers with sales over $500,000 who will lose their subsidies, households making over $250,000 who will get a tax increase. One person with taxable income of $200,000 will pay on average $6,000 more. A family of four with a $500,000 income will see their taxes go up, on average, $11,300. Also hitting the upper brackets, a tax increase on capital gains and limits on deductions, including mortgage interest and charitable contributions. Winners: middle and lower class taxpayers and the poor. According to the Office of Management and Budget, on average, a family of four making $76,000 would see their taxes lowered by $800. The same family making $35,000 would see taxes reduced by $1,200. They will also benefit from huge spending increases in education, energy, and most of all, new health care plans, as yet unspecified. It is the end of Reaganomics and the beginning of Obamonomics. Candy Crowley, CNN, Washington.
Tax cuts, more than $200 billion worth, are part of the government stimulus package as well. Of course, the goal of that measure is to help get the country out of this recession. But as Gary Tuchman explains, there are some places that don't need any help because they're not feeling the effects of recession at all.
Whatever happened to those bullish economic days? When the housing market was vibrant, when there were plenty of jobs, when government budgets had surpluses.
Those days still exist, but probably not where you are. You have to come where I am, to Fargo, North Dakota, where the typical morning temperature this time of year is around 0, and the unemployment rate isn't much higher.
Dennis Wallaker is the mayor of Fargo.
Is the city of Fargo, North Dakota, in recession?
No, we're not.
The unemployment rate is 3.4%, so low that most economists consider it full employment. At Appario Systems, an aerospace firm, the 44 employees here are not enough.
So we're going to grow more than 50% this year in personnel, more than 100% in revenue.
This iron worker is so busy he has no time to talk to me on the ground.
And away we go. Okay, let's go. So how's business out here?
It's really good.
The wind chill temperature in the negative digits doesn't seem to cool the workers' outlook here as they build an office building.
So there's a lot of projects, though.
Oh, absolutely.
You can always find work.
Absolutely. You can quit your job today and go find another job. Easy.
Business downtown is booming. The housing market is still decent.
So the homes aren't losing the value here in Fargo?
No, they're not.
And North Dakota has the largest budget surplus in the nation, one of only 4 states with a surplus this year. Yes, North Dakota has oil production and agriculture, but so do a lot of places. What seems unique in this region...
We didn't get caught up in the subprime mortgages. And I think our bankers need to be significantly applauded for that.
150, 170, 190.
The Gates City Bank is one of the largest in North Dakota.
Do you think you make less money because you don't give riskier loans?
Yes, I believe we do, but that's okay.
North Dakotans seem to believe conservative bankers and savers have helped keep their economy steady over the years. Not too many highs, not too many lows.
We have well over 12,000 plus mortgage loans that we service, and we had 3 foreclosures last year. And this year, I don't see it to be much greater. It could be 3 to 5.
There is concern here. Business isn't as robust as it was a few months ago, and the unemployment office is a bit busier, but
Somebody I was talking to said it well when they said we're not signing up for the recession.
even in the frigid cold, the iron is still hot. Gary Tuckman, CNN, Fargo, North Dakota.
Time for the shout out. Which of the following is a spice? If you think you know it, shout it out. Is it marjoram, cumin, dill, or thyme? You've got 3 seconds. Go. Cumin is the only spicy option here. The others are all herbs. That's your answer, and that's your shout out.
The difference is that spices are dried and mostly come from plant fruits. Herbs are plant leaves that can be used either fresh or dried. Both can add some serious flavoring to your food, and it turns out some of those spices might help your health at the same time. Dr. Sanjay Gupta fills us in on the details.
We're here at Old Delhi in the spice market. This may be one of the largest spice markets in all of Asia. Just look around you, all these carts and all these various stalls piled high with spices. I gotta tell you, just being here reminds me very much of my mother. Our house is always filled with the distinctive smell of spices everywhere. She cooked these tasty, delicious foods that were often served with a healthy dose of "it's good for you." That's what she always said. Well, turns out she may have been right. Science is starting to catch up with my mom. Several examples of spices here that have health benefits. Cumin, for example. Cumin is a very tasty sort of seed that is thought to ward off prostate cancer, help with indigestion, and asthma as well. When it comes to the star of the spice world, that title may belong to turmeric. It's got that golden yellow color, so distinctive. It is thought to boost brain power by warding off those plaques that can sometimes cause Alzheimer's. There's also chili pepper. Everyone thinks of chili peppers when they think of spices. They are very, very hot. I've had them. If they're too hot for you, know this, that you can get some of the beneficial effects of chili peppers without ever eating them. They take these chili peppers, put them into a body cream, and use the active ingredient known as capsaicin to help reduce arthritis. And finally, ginger. Ginger is a staple of just about any Asian diet. One of the benefits of ginger, it can help reduce motion sickness. So just some of the health benefits of the spices that we see here. I think I'm going to buy some. Yeah, ye turmeric kitne? 70 rupees. I'm Dr. Sanjay Gupta reporting from India. Thank you.
Well, Cody spiced up our blog. He said, I really think you need to handle Mondays better. You're like a zombie. I hope this wakes you up, buddy. What's on Jacob's mind is the economy. It's taking down our standard of living and is always on the news, he says. From the official CNN Student News Facebook page, Alex says President Obama's new stimulus plan is going to put our nation into basically a black hole where we cannot rise from. He's going to create a weak country. But Kaylin responds, although the stimulus plan will pull us deeper into debt, it's necessary. To avoid major deflation, something needs to be stimulating to our economy. And David noted, ever since the crash in the Hudson, I have wondered actually how hard it is to set the plane down the way the pilot did. You listen to the radio, and he seems so calm. Our blog is always open at cnnstudentnews.com. Find us on Facebook by searching CNN Student News Official. Be sure to make it official. We have a new video up on our Facebook page, so you can log on and check that out. And before we go, what is this thing? The curious case of a peculiar creature. This is actually a cat whose name is, and I swear I'm not making this up, Ugly. You've probably noticed that the furry feline is, well, not really furry. In fact, he's hairless everywhere except for that massive mane on his chest. The doctor's office where he hangs out says Ugly has a beautiful personality. With looks like that, he'd better. We'll be back tomorrow with more CNN Student News. Hope to see you then.